Welcome to Planting Joy Garden, winter growing season. This is where we grow indoors in the smallest space possible. Today, we are going to learn how to set up a wicking system. So I have today a self-watering wicking pot. It also has an integrated grow light. And what makes this a wicking pot is that it has two chambers. The inner chamber will hold the soil. It has a cord to help the soil stay moist. The outer chamber is where the water is held. This particular kind can hold up to 0.7 liters. I chose this one because I like the height of the light and I also like the volume of water it can hold. So you're probably wondering, why am I doing a wicking pot and a hydroponic system? Well, my hydroponic system is growing leafy green vegetables. So I have pak choi, endive, ruby red lettuce, and black seeded lettuce. In my wicking pot, I want to grow tomatoes. The things that's growing in my hydroponic system require high nitrogen. Whereas the wicking pot, I'll be growing a fruiting vegetable, technically a fruit, and it requires different nutrients and different kinds of lighting. So I decided to separate the system. So I'm going to show you how I set it up. Started, I'm going to add pre-moistened soil. Even though this is a wicking pot, you never place seeds in dry soil. One thing about potting soil, you want to make sure it's an indoor potting soil because it has been treated to prevent nets from growing in your house. So if you don't want to use an indoor potting soil, I recommend that you pour boiling water through your soil mix. So I'm adding roughly 3 seeds, about 1/8 of an inch down. The other thing to keep in mind, you want to make sure that you are growing something that can actually grow in a pot. You have to make sure it's a dwarf variety. So in this case, I'm using Tiny Tim tomatoes. And now I'm going to fill my water reservoir. Here's the inlet for my water reservoir. I simply open that. And so I'll just add water. One thing about wicking pots is you want to use the feature. So do not top water. You want to use your water inlet. And you want to make sure that you do not overfill. If you overfill, you will cause your roots to rot. There has to be a level of moisture without drowning the roots. So I'm just being very careful to watch my water levels. Now is a great time to like and subscribe if anything has been helpful to this point. Okay, so what I can do is I can actually put the light level all the way down with the lights off to allow it to germinate without light and with humidity. So this can act as a humidity source and a gentle warming source. Now for some helpful hints. You want to make sure you're always sowing your seeds into moist soil. You want to make sure you cover with a humidity dome or bring the lid all the way down to trap some humidity. It helps with generating heat. And when it comes to fertilizing, you can use a very organic, rich soil. You could use a granulated fertilizer, or in my case, I will be adding liquid fertilizer in my water to nourish my plants. So that's another option with a wicking pot. Now, in terms of growing settings, you'll notice that this light has a time indicator and the type of light that you would actually use. So since a tomato is a fruiting plant, we should set this for 16 hours. Okay, you also have the light intensity setting, which is here, and it indicates L, M, and H. And it doesn't mean medium, low, medium, high. In this case, L is considered early morning light. M is actually like having evening sunlight. And H is like having light throughout the midday. And because this is a tomato, a fruiting plant, I'm a select H, which is midday high sunlight. So there you have it. I officially have a salad bar. I'm growing tomatoes, herbs, and leafy green vegetables. So we'll take a closer look at my leafy greens so you can see how they're doing. This has only been 10 days of growth. So this is the pak choi. It's looking beautiful, and I have my true leaves, my ruby red lettuce. I have true leaves. I decided not to grow cilantro and decided to grow endive, and it germinated in less than 24 hours. So I will have some spiciness to my salad. I'm also growing my black-seeded Simpson, these two here. And as you can see, we have true leaves. So once the lettuce gets started, it really takes off, and you can harvest from your indoor salad bar in less than 30 days. And what I'll do is I'll use the cut and come again method. So come back and visit me again. I will be starting more things indoors, keeping it all confined to this small space. I will grow with you and harvest with you. And if you have any questions about growing indoors, send me a comment. I would love to help you out. Thank you for joining me in the garden and get those salad bars going. Have an amazing day.